Stefania, also known as fattofit.chick here, finally bringing you guys another video. First of all, I'm sorry. Second of all, understand that I seriously tried to make this video 2-3 times on different occasions and technology wasn't my friend. So I'm using my best technology, my iPhone, because all girls know how to use their phones, and I'm just going to bust out a video because I want to update you guys. I know most of you follow me on Instagram anyways, but a video is nice too. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about how my whole pre-op, post-op, and recovery process was. I mean, I have so much to tell you guys, but I need to start from there. Clearly, I am smaller than that last video you saw me in, so I'll just come out and say my stats first. Highest weight was 322. My surgery weigh-in was 308. Oh, just saying that number out loud sucks. But now I'm at about 240.8. My ultimate goal weight, I would say for now, is 150. So I still got a ways to go, but I'm feeling so much better. Anyways, more on that in another video. Let's start with the pre-op. So the pre-op diet was the hardest part of the process for me, which I know kind of sounds like a wimpy thing to say, but at the same time it really was. And what I mean is not, you know, eating mindfully for the 6 months while you're through your program or whatever it is. No, I am talking 24 hours, no food. I don't know if I've ever actually done that in my life, even if I've been sick, even if I've had the flu, whatever. So that was seriously the hardest part. A couple of things I just want to touch on that is drink your liquids. You cannot have any liquids with dyes in them, no chunky stuff, just clear liquids. But truly, try to almost overhydrate yourself that day, because the next day you can't have any water. More on that in a little bit. But if your surgeon says, hey, you can't have any liquids past 1 a.m., try to stay up as late as you can, drinking. It's only going to benefit you, especially if your surgery is kind of later, even in the morning. You are going to be feeling it, and that's going to suck. So I kept drinking water. I had a ton of chicken broth. By the way, I highly recommend making your own chicken broth throughout this whole post-op, pre-op process, because it tastes so much better than that canned, even carton stuff. So anyways, so that was my hardest part of the process. That went really well though. They basically gave me my spirometer to measure, you know, how heavy and stuff I can breathe. I wish I had that still. I just threw it out. They also gave me my little bindings to help kind of keep everything in. If they didn't give you one, or they're not going to give you one, doubtful, but I would recommend getting one of those. It was very nice to have some pressure around your stomach for the post-op procedure process. Other than that, you got to take your milk of magnesia. Please, for your own sake, get the flavored stuff. I don't know what I was thinking. I got pure plain milk of magnesia, and that stuff is so disgusting. I'm just warning you. Ugh, I shudder just thinking about it. But anyways, so that was really the pre-op process. You know, I really wasn't that nervous. My only point of nerves was, I hope I chose the right surgery. I got the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. My insurance provider is Kaiser, and I got it at Scripps Pacific Bariatric Program in Hillcrest, San Diego, California, before you ask. My surgeon was Dr. Fuller. He actually, kind of right off the bat, said, you know, you should do the RNY. This was after already I was kind of struggling to decide, you know, over which. So that was where most of my anxiety was. Other than that, it was just like, okay, let's see what happens. I hope I recover well. I think excitement overwhelmed any other feeling. So day of surgery, pretty mellow. I had to take some medicine, so I just had like the tiniest sip of water. Make sure your doctor or surgeon or whomever clears it with you beforehand, which they did. And then pretty much, I mean, it was go time. I woke up super early because, of course, I was anxious. Checked in super early. That actually wasn't because I was anxious. It's because Cody is a stickler for being on time, and I'm, like, notoriously late. But anyways, it was good. Got into my, it was kind of cute, little, oh my gosh, apron thing. I cannot think of any words today, guys. So bear with me. But, not scrubs, whatever. My little dress. Felt kind of cute, like, you know, like, okay, this is it. Up until surgery day, my doctor was like, we're doing RNY, right? We're doing RNY, right? I'm like, no. But it was fine, clearly. Gosh, surgery was quick, guys. I mean, obviously I was under for it, but still. I had my tonsils removed about 6 months prior to that. That surgery took longer. I was probably done with my sleeve within either right under an hour or barely over an hour. I mean, it was so fast. Even my tonsils getting removed took like an hour and a half. It was crazy fast. I was shocked. It was, so really, I mean, you know, you wake up very groggy. I got very nauseous from the anesthesia. I think that's pretty common. But aside from that, I mean, you know, I woke up, kind of slept for a while. 4 hours later, they had me walk in. I'm sure you guys have heard this part. If you are looking into the surgery process, you know that they do not mess around with making you walk. And it's for the best, because who wants blood clots? I was paranoid over that for sure. After I woke up, you know, right before I took my walk and stuff, they brought me these nice little sponges on a stick. That's the best way I can describe them, and that's quite literally what they were. They filled a cup full of ice, mostly ice, a little bit of water, dripped the sponge in there, kind of dabbed it so there wasn't too much moisture on there, and said, here you go. Yeah. You put the sponge in your mouth just enough so your mouth and everything doesn't completely dry out. That was probably the second hardest part of the process. But even that, honestly, wasn't that bad because I'm telling you, I prepared the night before. I really wasn't that thirsty. Plus, with surgery, post-op, I should say, right when you're post-op, thirst isn't really a big deal because you can't even fit anything in your stomach. It was crazy. So they had me walking, doing my laps. I think I just did one set of like 5 laps, 4 laps that night. That was really it. That day was pretty just, okay, I'm tired, I want to go. Plus they had me on all that medication and the anesthesia was still wearing off and all that, so it was pretty mild. And then we're already on day 2. Day 2, met with a physical therapist. They kind of gave me their, you know, just some very general basic tips for getting out of the bed. I'm like, where were you guys yesterday? Like, I've already been doing my own thing. Like, and it's fine. I mean, it wasn't bad. And just, you know, kind of telling me to walk. You're going to hear that a lot. In the hospital, post-op, whatever. So I walked. That day I was finally able to have water, which was nice. Little itty-bitty sips at a time. Not hungry at all. I know this isn't everyone's experience, but I was not hungry at all. It was awesome. It was so empowering, you guys. I mean, I can't say I could experience a time where I never was not hungry. And, like, genuinely not hungry. Not like, oh, I should probably hold back and be mindful, not hungry. No, I was not hungry. So that was awesome. Because I know a lot of people say they have kind of like a little bit of anxiety and some even depression because they can't have food. You know, and that's what they're used to, but it was fine, and the hospital was fine. As far as the pain goes, so day 2, walk in, drinking water. No, I'm sorry, I was munching on ice cubes. I had like a little ounce of ice cubes, and I would have like half of that, and I was full. It was the most amazing thing ever. So that was ice cubes, but it was so refreshing. But with that, let's see. The pain was basically, I don't want to say non-existent, but it was extremely tolerable. To the point where I requested that they take me off that really intense IV, the Dilaudid. Because, I mean, I didn't care. It was kind of, I'm not really one to like to be drunk and high or whatever all the time anyways, but that was such a pain in the butt. Seriously, I had like this thing in my nose to make sure I was breathing, I guess. And anytime you'd like move your head, it would kind of slide off at night. It woke you up. So I'm like, screw this. I'm not in pain. I'm just going to get off this medicine. So that was nice. That was a relief. Aside from that, I was on Tylenol and just, you know, the regular IV. They were constantly checking on me. It was very nice to know that I was being taken care of. By that time, my doctor was already saying, like, hey, you are healing wonderfully. You, like, are healing more than all my other patients I've done this surgery on before. I mean, it was pretty cool. So I was on top of the world at that point. Day 3 and 4, you know, by the time I discharged, it was really the same thing. Now, when I explain the pain, obviously everyone's pain tolerance is different. Some people have spoken about having, like, pain in their incisions. I did not have that problem. If anything, it was just kind of the stomach part, and it really just felt like I did too many crunches. Not too bad for me. I felt good. I was ready. And that's about it. I mean, I'm really not going to go into that much detail about that because it was honestly fine. It was super, like, surprisingly tolerable. Part of me thought he actually did the RNY because I was shocked how little I could eat at the time. He didn't, but yeah. So, a couple things I want to touch up on. Yeah. I have a story for you later, but I want to say this first. Things to bring at the hospital. I'm not going to cover the basics, but a couple things you may not have thought of. Gas X strips. You're going to feel very pressurized in your stomach region, and that's because they actually put gas, which I didn't know, I just thought it was like natural occurrence. They actually put gas in your stomach, I guess, to blow it up so they can see things easier. Makes sense. Bring those, but make sure your doctor or nurse clears it, Not all do. Also, heating pad was awesome. I brought it. I would recommend you bringing it just so you feel a little cozy too. Hospitals are kind of, I mean, even if you're hot all the time, just having a heating pad just to kind of comfort you was nice. Also, let's see, somebody recommended to me, it's called a cozy bra. That was awesome. What a cozy bra is, obviously for the ladies, basically a very, it's like a nighttime bra, I guess I would say. Kind of like a sports bra, but just very fine cotton. It's just enough to give you a little bit of support. If you don't want it, that's fine. For me, like, my girls need to be supported. And that was nice, not feeling quite so exposed in the hospital. So I definitely recommend that. Make sure you pack an extra long foam cord. Get a 10-foot one if possible. I recommend Amazon, of course. Other than that, just some comfy clothes, you know, and again, the obvious, like a book to read or just some stuff to do. I honestly way overpacked. Just pack a couple things. If you want clothes to wear because you don't like being in your little gown, that's totally fine. But just don't go overboard. I packed way too much. So, oh, and I recommend flip-flops or slippers. Personally, flip-flops, because slippers I like to wear inside the house, and the hospital is kind of dirty, germy, you know, and all that stuff. So I would recommend flip-flops just so you have something easily accessible to turn on and off, or slip on and off. And that way you, you know, keep the bottoms of your feet clean, especially if you don't like wearing socks. So, okay, story time. So, you know how I said I experienced no pain, no nothing. It was awesome. It was quick, easy, boom, boom. It was. Until about 3-4 days post-op, I decided, man, I'm feeling so great, honey. Let's go to the zoo. We have passes to the San Diego Zoo. Let's go. I need to get walking in. Let's go. Please don't do that. There's a post somewhere on my Instagram, like, just crying, basically, about how bad it was. Basically, what happened with that was I did way too much walking. You should be doing, like, you should be walking, yes, but you do, like, 10-minute walks several times a day, not, you know, 2 miles at a time, especially that soon after surgery. I think my surgeon was even puzzled, which was kind of not quite so reassuring because he didn't even know why this happened. But my guess is that since I didn't really experience gas pains, maybe they were still like built up in me. So basically what happened was we're at the zoo. We knew it was going to be a short day, but even at that, after an hour there, I'm like, okay, I don't feel good. I'm feeling really weak, dizzy. We need to leave soon. But we were at, if any of you have been to the San Diego Zoo, you know that place is big. And we were like way at the bottom of the park, at I think near like where the tigers are, even below that maybe. So we had to trek up there, and it was a nightmare. But it was manageable. Starting to feel kind of some discomfort, and then, you know, we finally make it to the car. I'm like, okay, I'll be okay. Then on the ride home, all of a sudden, burp, 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 burp. Could not stop burping. Sorry, let me say belching. It was so bad. Like one after another, like you'd think I was pounding like sodas or whatever. I mean, it was like the nastiest, sorry. But seriously, I mean, just those gross sounding burps and one after another after another. I'm like, okay, what's going on? At first it was just discomfort. But then I realized I couldn't keep up with my burps, and I felt such a bad pressure and pain in my stomach that, I mean, I was borderline in tears. I could not move. I could not do anything once we were home. I put a heating pad on my stomach to try to help. Nothing would help. I was freaking out. I was practically crying. I didn't even pick up pain meds from the doctors for my post-op because I had no pain. Why spend money on pain medication when you don't have pain? Bad idea. So basically, I asked my boyfriend to go to the doctors and pick up my prescription, and I was just in writhing pain. I mean, it was just so much pressure. Still a lot of burping, but it was not relieving the pressure down there. I mean, I felt like I was like, what's her name? Veruca from Willy Wonka, like blowing up into that giant blueberry or whatever. Yeah, I felt like that, and I just thought I was gonna explode. No, but honestly, the pain was so bad, and it took him, I swear, like 3.5 hours to go to the doctor and get that for me. Not really, but that's what it felt like. Overall, though, by the time he got home, it was kind of like, it was too late. What helps me, because I could not find anything that helped me, I took a bath. Now, you should not submerge your incisions in water for like a month after surgery. But just, if this ever happens to you, just a heads up, you may want to at least lay your back into the tub, you know, maybe getting your stomach, like your sides a little wet with, you know, hot as water as you can stand. Oh my gosh, that's what did it. I mean, instantly, I don't know how, I don't know why, that relieved the pain. Because by the time Cody got home, I was feeling pretty bad. Honestly, I tried chugging the medicine because it's liquid medicine, and it was not good. Let's just say that. I instantly threw it up, which kind of made the whole situation worse. But I could already feel the relieving effects of the medicine, or excuse me, the bath. So, just a heads up: do not do that. Take it easy. Do not get over ambitious. Man, I'm trying to keep this video short, but I have so much I want to say. So all I'm going to end it is that my first week was awesome. I lost like 22 pounds that week. I thought, wow. I knew it wasn't going to stay forever, but I was pretty pumped. So obviously, full disclosure, the weight's not continued to drop off that quickly. No. But it was an awesome head start. So I'm going to cut this video here because I'm already at 20 minutes. But thank you so much for watching. I'll try to maybe pick little tidbits that I wanted to elaborate on that didn't, and break them up into smaller videos. That way you can watch if you want. Anyways, until next time, bye.